morning, everybody. Happy July 6th, 2021. Hope everyone had a great long weekend. So a few exciting things setting up today, so let's get after it without any hesitation here. So right off the opening remarks here, let's look at the SPY, right? So we're getting a pretty nice, like Friday, really nice strong action, right? Full body bullish, good volume, continuing that sort of momentum after that breakout of all-time highs. Right now, pre-market, we're hanging out a little bit below sort of that close price, but I don't expect that to act as much sort of resistance here this AM. So if we're able to kind of break above this 434.12 area, right, low vol pullback and go, I think there can be a lot of strength for potential move on the SPY today. If we're unable to get that follow through, we get that breakdown. As long as we get a really strong reversal candle, a really strong reversal volume, I do like plays down towards this 430.40 area, right? If we go Bollinger Bands as well on the 30, we don't quite have the chance for the reversion play, right? But we are getting pretty close to the top of this area. So we can play this in multiple ways. So if we get that breakout over, right, above that 430, 475 area with a really strong bullish candle, like full body bullish and bullish engulfing on volume, right, that could be a really strong breakout play with the Bollinger Bands. So we got a couple things there in play on the SPY. Bias is definitely going to be for bullish plays to the upside. I don't necessarily want to play this weakness yet. I think that we could probably find stronger setups to the downside. So QQQ, very similar story, right? We're hanging out all-time highs, strong day on Friday after pseudo consolidation, Wednesday, Thursday. So love this full body bullish with strong volume, stronger volume. So now let's see if we can get that continuation today. Looking for a break above this 359.10 area, low vol pullback and go, right? Similar concept with the Bollinger Bands. We're outside of those ranges, right? But if we can get that breakout above, we might not have to wait for that low vol pullback if we can get that BB breakout. If for whatever reason we're able to get that breakout and then reversal back in, right, that could be a nice play as well. But I do generally think that if we're going to play a reversal on the Q today, right, it's going to be the same thing as the SPY, where you want to wait for a very, very convincing bearish reversal candle with strong volume, right, and then start to look at, like, to play towards our areas of resistance. So this 355.75 and then 352.60 area. I think that's sort of the downside potential we have on QQQ. But, right now we'd be fighting strength, right? So probably not the easiest of bearish setups. I think we could probably still find something that's a little bit easier to the downside. Path of least resistance on the indexes at the moment certainly looks like it's to the upside. So I'd expect bullish continuation until we get a directional day and volume day to sync up. Right now, directional and volume are all syncing up bullish. So don't want to fight that sort of momentum, right? Apple still playing this wedge breakout. Really nice continuation here so far. Now we're looking to see if we can hold this 140 to 142 zone, right? If we're able to hold this, then all-time highs on Apple are very, very much in play, right? We're looking for this sort of resistance zone, if you want to call it that, to get taken out and become very convincing support for us. So looking to see how we react to this 140 area pre-market. We're gapping up a little bit above, right? So I'd like to see sort of this gap hold. I mean, it's not really a big one, so if it fills to the downside, not a big deal, right? But I'd like to see this hold, right? Give us a low vol pullback. Give us a nice reason to entry for a run up towards that 142. This Apple follow through or continuation is very much near the top of my watch list, right? If we're able to get above this 142, then we also have room towards that 144.75. So this Apple starts to move about $2 at a time here now, right? And those are pretty punchy moves on the option. So you're looking at 50, 60, 70% moves, maybe even more, right? If you're able to get that right risk reward entry. So I'll be looking for that low vol pullback here, or maybe even a Bollinger Band breakout, right? If we're able to get that clean setup towards that 142 area. I really like Apple this morning. I think it's probably the strongest setup of the day. So this is very much near the top of my watch list. I really like what's setting up here for us. Tesla looks very similar to Apple, right? Tesla still continues to consolidate, we can't break above or under sort of this shelf area. So we had our car delivery numbers on Friday, right? But they didn't seem to really give us that oomph we were looking for. So we're still consolidating here on Tesla. Still sort of stuck within sort of this 667 range and 700 range. We had a huge rejection at this 700 level on Friday, and we need to see how that clears before taking any bullish plays. So 700 is going to be a huge key level here for us, and we need to see how we break out above there. So I'm not interested in any bullish thesis until 700 breaks and holds. Once we're able to break that 700, I'd expect this thing to be a bit of a rocket ship, right? All this consolidation, kind of leads to very aggressive moves in either direction. So if we're able to get that wedge continuation here, right, long-term wedge breakout, confirmation above this 730 area, right, it moves about 15 bucks at a time up. Then if that breaks out, you can start to move towards that 740 area with a very minimal resistance. To the downside, right, if you're able to break under that 667, you've got that gap to fill towards 657, right, and then you've got room down towards that 640. So Tesla is setting up with a couple really big moves here. We just need to see which direction it wants to give it to us, right? So we're getting that really nice consolidation here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days of consolidation. So almost a week and a half worth of trading, right, worth of consolidation. And now looking for that breakout or breakdown. Sort of unclear which way it's going to happen. I still think probably the path of least resistance is to the upside here. So I'd like to see that happen, but we've got a nice way of trading this in either direction, right? Microsoft looks a lot like Apple with that really bullish Friday. Nice, really nice strong volume, highest volume day in a while. So we're looking to see if that momentum can continue here this morning, right? Looking for a breakout above that 278.20, right? Low vol pullback and go. At all-time highs, you can be extremely patient waiting for that entry candle. Then we go Bollinger Bands, right? Not quite above any of these bands, but maybe able to get that breakout above, right? With these, like what's beautiful about Bollinger Bands, right, is they can start giving you a few little hints. So one thing that, when you get these, when the bands start to really expand after a period of consolidation, right, where they get really big all of a sudden, you're going to expect them to kind of get back within their sort of range, right? You expect them to kind of tighten up a little bit. So this will either lead, right, we've had that breakout, so we're either going to get a little period of consolidation or a little reversion to the mean here, right? A period of consolidation would be preferred, right, because then that gives you that opportunity for that more aggressive breakout and more aggressive breakdown. So now I've got a few little patterns here that I want to talk about as well, right? So let's talk about Disney here quickly. So we have a few little plays here that I'd like to highlight. Disney's one of my favorite ones going into this week. There's a lot of really nice levels we can play here, right? So to the downside, looking for a break under this, say 173.40 towards that 171.20, and then 167.40. This has a lot of nice plays, wedge break, really clean pattern. So if this thing can break down, there's a lot of nice levels to the downside. Remember with these wedge plays in general, right, your trend line, or this blue line, right, that line breaking is your setup. You always want to wait for your horizontal line to act as your confirmation and to be sort of your target, right? So to the upside, similar concept. We're looking for a break of that 179 area towards 181.30 and then 184. This thing has a lot of potential for able to break out. So this could be a potential swing play in either direction. You want to play this with like monthly options, right? Something that is, say if you want to play this 173 break, you'd be looking to play this with like the 165 monthly options, expiration in a month, right? And you'd be looking to hold this for 3 to 5 days, something along those lines. Anything longer than that, and then the time decay is going to start to take away many of the perks of the leverage. So Disney's something I'm very, very interested in for this week, and CAT as well. CAT more interested in only bullish plays, right? I don't like necessarily how this wedge has been invalidated to the downside, so I think it's much stronger for bullish plays to the upside. And you're looking for a break above that 222 for a move towards that 228 area and then 232. So CAT has a lot of room to the upside as well, right? Similar concept. Your setup is this trend line breaking, right? And your confirmation is this horizontal line breaking. And then let's talk about Wish, right? Wish has had a pretty nice period of consolidation since sort of early June, right? Almost the last month. Nice period of consolidation in this wedge. Might look like it could be ready for that breakout or breakdown, right? You want to see a little bit of momentum here. I think best case scenario for Wish is you want to see it break out, right? You're looking for that 1550 area to go, and then you've got room towards that $20. So you're getting that nice pattern, you're getting that nice consolidation. So if it can finally break out above that 1550, I'd expect a lot of follow through in this Wish. If we're unable to and they start to fade, then I'd be looking for plays under this 960 towards that $780 range, right? What can become challenging to the downside though here is the option premium might not pay you off, right? So the options might be too expensive to want to justify playing puts. So bias will definitely be looking towards playing calls or just playing straight up stocks, playing the underlying on this Wish, right? Generally with these small caps or kind of very, very high momentum meme stocks, social sentiment names, they become really challenging to play with the underlying as the implied volatility on them starts to become a little bit uncomfortable and a little bit too aggressive. And so you don't get paid off with options. So you're better off playing these with the common or with the underlying, right? And then that might make it even more likely for the move to happen. So that's sort of what I'm looking at today. I do have a longer watch list. If you want to check out that watch list, check me out on Twitter at DTR_trading. Otherwise, guys, happy hunting and have a really good day. Tomorrow is Wednesday, so tomorrow I do free live streams. I hope you guys can join me on the live stream then. And today we'll talk to you guys after market close for a quick little recap of all the trades I took and how the market behaved today. So best of luck out there today and happy hunting.